All right, everybody, is butter back on the menu for diabetics? We're going to review a study right here. Now, today we'll talk about a big study examining whether eating butter is bad for your health or maybe it's good. So, the research involved over 636,000 people from 15 different countries and was carried out over many years. Now, the results showed that eating butter doesn't really increase the risk of death or heart disease or stroke. What? Well, in fact, it may even be linked to a lower chance of getting type 2 diabetes. But these effects were quite small though, so don't get too excited. But the article says that we need more research on how butter and other dairy fats affect our health. You know why? Because when you put 600,000 people in a study, they all have different circumstances, different conditions, their diabetes status, etc. But one thing we know, and most people don't know, is this. The fat itself is not bad for you. Your body is full of fat. Cholesterol, you need it normally, right? When you're a baby, you're growing, you make a lot of cells, you have to have cholesterol to build up your cell membrane. Even your brain is, the myelin sheet, everything on your nerves is full of cholesterol, is made of cholesterol. Now, why we think that the cholesterol is evil for you? It's actually not. But here's the deal. When cholesterol is in the wrong place, in the wrong time, it becomes a problem. Why is that? So when you have inflammation in your body, this could be from diabetes, from chronic kidney disease, could be lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, any type of inflammatory condition. These LDL, especially the LDL, that's why we call it bad cholesterol. Not bad by itself, but it is in the condition of the inflammation in your body. They become oxidized, right? When they become oxidized, they go under the arteries and caught by macrophages, and that creates an inflammation and the plaque starts building up. So it is not their fault. It's just that they meet these bad friends, the inflammatory stuff that oxidizes them, and they turn bad because not willingly, but they end up being in the wrong place in the wrong time, being caught by these macrophages, and suddenly the whole gang war starts, and next thing you know, you have arterial disease. Now, if we cannot necessarily reduce your inflammation immediately, if the inflammation is persistent, let's say you have chronic diseases like chronic kidney disease, diabetes, sometimes all you have to do is, yes, cholesterol is good for you, but we want to really lower that cholesterol, not because it's bad for you, because it will clog up your arteries because of the inflammation. So that's very important to understand. Doctors are not enemies of cholesterol. We only lower cholesterol for people who have inflammation in their body. Like, you may be super healthy. You may have higher cholesterol than someone else, and you have no inflammatory disease whatsoever. You will not develop heart disease, right? So you exercise every day, you eat good, but genetically your cholesterol is high. That may be okay. However, like I said, with people with inflammation, it's very important to lower it. So that's why I think. So if you are eating butter and you don't have any diabetes or any chronic condition, it may not be as bad for you because, you burn it off, you exercise, you're healthy weight, everything is good. But you're overweight, you're diabetic, you have a lot of issues going on, adding more butter to your diet may not be the best thing. Although sometimes when we avoid all the fats, you end up eating a lot of carbs, which turns into fat. That's also not good. So sometimes you have to choose, if you really are satisfied with some fat and that avoids a lot of carbs, then sometimes you have to pick and choose, right? So that is the important point. But in this study, in this article, it sheds really light on this ongoing debate, and this debate will never go away because, again, it is very hard to isolate those people who have inflammation, people who don't have inflammation. That's going to require a lot of resources to pull, and that study is going to cost like God knows how much money. So, and there's no pharmaceutical company behind it, so probably it's not going to be done. But for years, we typically advise people, hey, stay away from butter no matter what, saturated fat no matter what. That's actually not true for everyone. Like I said, if you don't have any inflammation in your body, you're a healthy person, you don't have to worry about them as much. And this study was not conclusive either, and they said more research is needed, and they will keep saying that because it's going to be an ongoing debate. But the highlight of the importance of this study is when considering your food choices, you don't want to alienate certain food groups like 100% bad, 100% good. There's no such thing. Of course, if it is processed, I'm talking about natural things or naturally made things. They're not necessarily going to increase your heart disease, for example, for butter, if you are overall a healthy person. And you can also add some olive oil on avocados. If you are a healthy person, you're doing that as well. So the more monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats will help you better to fight the inflammation than butter. For example, butter, the saturated fats, they never help reduce the inflammation. But the polyunsaturated fats will do. Monounsaturated fats like olive oil will do, reduce the inflammation, right? So they are more therapeutic. There's something called olive oil milk, which I recently heard about, and I was in Turkey for vacation, and I was like, wow. And they told me it takes 10 times more olives to make olive oil milk, which is interesting because, of course, it's more medicinal. Nobody eats it in their food. They basically drink it like a medicine in those Mediterranean countries, like a 1 tablespoon. And I actually bought some, and I'm drinking now every day, which is kind of cool. But for a balanced diet, again, it's going to be individualized, and you have to have some protein, some healthy carbs, some fats, some vitamins and minerals that come with them. And of course, how much carb you can eat. Is it 50 grams a day? Is it 100 grams a day? Is it 30 grams a day? It will depend on your diabetes and health status and so forth. But at the end of the day, if you're in a high-fat diet, which is mostly healthy fats, a little bit of a butter is not going to be a big deal because the ratio is more on the healthy fats. Again, butter is not unhealthy on its own. It can just have unintended consequences if you're unhealthy to begin with. But overall, higher fat, less carbs with healthy fats will reduce the chronic inflammation as long as you are sticking with the healthier side of the fats. Your blood sugar will be better, your insulin resistance will be better, and you will avoid the sugary snacks, the processed grains that spike your blood sugar, that creates inflammatory response. Again, olive oil, fatty fish, nuts are going to be your best friend in a high-fat diet rather than just saturated fat only. And you have to be mindful of overall calorie intake as well. Yes, higher fat could be better, but at the end of the day, calories are calories, guys. If you eat too much, even healthy fat, if, for example, that olive oil milk that I talked to you about, if I drink that all day long, instead of a 1 tablespoon, if I drink a whole, like 8 ounces of olive oil, it's gonna accumulate and it's going to cause a weight gain. And the weight gain on its own eventually get to my liver and then my pancreas and will stop their functioning because of the visceral fat, which we talk about. And that's going to create insulin resistance, where your cells become less responsive to insulin. So as a result, calories are calories. Of course, it's good to have the good calories, but if it is excessive, your body will not throw the calories away. Your body will store it. However, hopefully by eating a higher fat diet, you will be less hungry and you will have less overall calorie consumption. But that was the take from the study. Thanks for watching. Please write your comments below and let us know what you think, and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video. And remember, we have a website, SugarMDs.com. Visit us there. Visit our TikTok channel as well. We have a lot of good stuff there, a lot of shorts we have on YouTube as well. But stay connected. We love you. Talk to you later. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this channel so far, and I hope you subscribed already. If you didn't, do it. And if you did, watch this video right there. I think that will help you too.